Hi there, this is Karen with Photos Kept Alive. I wanted to take a quick minute and show you how to use some overlays and some of the kind of art journaling techniques that you can do in Artisan. I'm using a brand new kit by Janet Carr with Little Feet Digital Designs, and it has a lot of these great, you can see on the right hand side, a lot of these great overlays and textures and masks that I'm going to add to my layout. So I've already done a layout, and this is also part of a mega kit that's a Partners in Crime collaboration. And all I've done with the template is add my pictures and change the colors of the embellishments. So that's all I've done so far. So this is a unchanged digital template from Daggy's Temptations. It's also part of this mega kit. And I'm going to add, first I'm going to add an overlay. Let me see, which one do I want to add here? This is the one. So I'm going to find my overlay and just simply add it to my page. Now when it adds it to the top, or a layer at the very top. So I'm going to move that layer, and I'm just going to go ahead and move it all the way to the back. Even though that means it's going underneath my background, at least it's easier for me then to drag and drop on top of my background. Now I think the white is a little bit too bright for this layout. I kind of want it to blend in with the blue of the background. So I'm going to change the color. I'm at the top ribbon that's Format, and I'm going to change the color of my selected shape, which is the white part. And I'm going to pick from the colors on this page and pick one of the lighter blue colors. And I might just click a couple of them to see how much I want them to blend in with the page. I think that one's pretty good. So I'm going to select that one and click OK. And one of my favorite things to do with these overlays is to give them a little bit of shadow. So I tend to like the heavy shadow, but you can choose the light or the heavy. Let's see the difference. And again, this is on the Format ribbon. So a light shadow pops it off the screen just a little bit, and a heavy shadow really does a nice texturizing for that. So I think I'm going to leave it like that with the heavy shadow. And I think I want to do a little bit more. So let's go ahead and pick, I'm going to pick this time from the overlays. There was one here that was like a full page overlay that looked pretty neat. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's try this one and see what this one does. So I'm going to again add it to the page and move it to the back, order, move to back, and then bring it forward. Now this one, I'm going to see what it looks like when I bring it forward. I don't want it on top of my picture there. Bring it forward maybe on top of these. No, it's also on top of my frames, and I'm not sure I really like that. I'm going to leave it just sitting on top of the previous layer that I put on. Now, of course, you can't see my journaling because it's a black overlay. But again, I can change the color. So with that overlay selected, I'm going to color it. And this time I'm going to color it more close to my background color. But then I may want to make it a little bit, see how it almost blends right in? I'm going to go to a different option here, this HSB, which lets me change the hue, saturation, and brightness, and maybe make it just a tiny bit lighter, and see if that pops it up a little bit. It does. I can see a little bit more of the coloring under my text. Let's see what happens when I pop it a little bit more. Without being too distracting, I can see a little bit more of the patterns. So I think I like that. And then again, I'm going to give it a little bit of shadowing, and I'll pick the heavy shadow. And there we go. We have a lot more texture now to the page. So hopefully that's helpful to you. I'm going to finish out with all my other shadows, and you'll see the final result at the end. Thanks.